Hey y'all. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about plate carriers and the types that military and law enforcement use and why they're so advantageous for a, lack of rule of law situation. Now, my last video was about the flicks and other chest carriers, and I still stand by that video. Alright, so let's go over the situation again. Some type of collapse of government, right? Whether it be the power grid went out, economic collapse, political upheaval, I don't know, something to where it has long-term effects and reaches more than just one small region. Police emergency services soon goes out, even with the help of the National Guard. After a while, if the problem isn't rectified, the country as we know it changes, and rule of law is no more. So without any type of police or any type of security in check, people are going to take to the streets and they're going to take what they want by any means that they want. It's going to be complete and total anarchy, and people are going to do this as individuals or as groups, and it's going to look like GTA on crack but with no pause button. Now there may be people forming up in small groups, maybe just as strength in numbers and or to protect a particular resource that they find valuable and they don't want to share with anyone else. Alright, so this is where your plate carrier comes in. So if you are in a extreme urban setting, plate carriers are an awesome choice for you. You can put all sorts of type of level 3 or 4 body armor in there and Kevlar to reinforce it. So some of the images I have here is the Cry Precision vest, and they're actually really good and not a whole lot of money. They're extremely versatile, modular, and they can do the trick really quick. Like I said, for an urban setting to where you may not be walking 15 to 20 miles to actually get where you need to go, this is not a bad choice. Like I said, it's very modular, and if you're looking for a little bit of protection, especially in a tight urban environment, I can't really think of too many other options that really beat this thing off the top of my head. So maybe dressing up like a ranger is not the worst idea. Of course, you're not going to have comms unless you're already in a small group, but if you're already in an urban setting, I don't know how many of your neighbors are actually going to have, I don't know, radio networks and everything else and like to play LARPing with you. So your outfit is not going to necessarily be the same. Like I said, the comms equipment is probably not going to be a thing for you, but you can carry a little bit more magazines and be a little bit more armored and protected in the urban combat environment. Alright, so having a plate carrier is great for CQB, but unlike the FBI HRT, I would not limit yourself to only just, I don't know, 3 to possibly 4 magazines. I would have a lot more on you than them. Of course, their mission is very specific, and their pack is already filled up with enablers, all right? Versus you would probably want an empty pack so you can get whatever you need to and remain a little bit lighter with that. Like I said, mimicking either law enforcement agencies or military is not always the best idea. Now, after a while, depending on if the roaming gangs are just a little bit too dangerous, or you need to go venture a little bit further out from the inner city just to get supplies because everyone's already taken everything, you may want to take a look at getting an Alice pack, just kind of like this Vietnam vet here, to where you have to pack a lot of type of sustainment gear and go for a little bit longer trips. Now, I'm going to be showing images of the soldiers that are going through some type of form of jungle warfare training, and the reason being is because think about it, if the power system is down, there are no services, nature is just taking its course, there's going to be rains, there's going to be floods, even within the cities. Remember, electricity and people maintain dams and levees, and when those go out, all sorts of floods occur, and no one's mowing the grass around these cities, so it actually may look like a jungle type of environment, depending on where you live, sooner than you would think. Whether you choose to get a plate carrier or just a chest rig is up to you. Alright, I'm just giving you a few different scenarios. Just don't dress up like how we were in earlier GWAT with way bigger gear and with that much type of crap hanging all over you. Alright, remember, you don't have the logistics supply line behind you and vehicle support probably. And remember, the threats that these soldiers were facing were mainly fragmentary and due to IEDs. so maybe mimicking them is not the best. All right, y'all. So let's talk about boots and footwear. So you do want a good, solid boot for whatever the occasion may be. All right. So these are some Garments, and guess what? There's no break-in period, and they're actually pretty durable and fully upper leather. Okay, or leather uppers. All right. Good alternative for civilian shoes are these. Solomons. I've had Solomon GTXs in the past, and they work quite well. Now they do eventually wear down, but they're excellent lightweight boots. All right, guys. So, like I said, plate carriers do have their place, especially in a tight urban environment and/or in a defensive position. But I think eventually, especially if you have to trek out a long way and you start needing to get supplies, if you haven't seen my videos earlier about these flicks and chest rigs, I think you need to go check them out. Like I said, plate carriers have their place, but these chest rigs is what's going to be worn in the long run. All right, guys, later.